Alright, time for my video blog for the 4th of July. I would like, turn it down just a little bit so you can hear me. 4th of July is more than just Independence Day for our country. It's a day that we get to spend time with our families and everybody gets together and we celebrate this great country. Okay, and in celebrating this great country, you must remember all the people who have made it possible for us to be where we are today and to live the way that we live today. Okay, you have to remember all the men and women of our armed forces throughout history. Our independence was built on the backs of our armed forces throughout history. Okay, everyone that has given their life, their blood, so that we could do what we do, so we could be free and be the greatest country in the world. I think it's very important that people realize that, and I think everyone should take just a couple minutes today and say a prayer for all the people overseas and away from their families today, and people who just in general, it don't have to be just because of the military, just say a prayer for everybody who can't be with their family, their friends, and their loved ones today. Okay, it'll take you a minute or two. Just take a moment and do it, and you'll feel better. I'm telling you, you will. So, I'd like to take a minute to thank everybody that's overseas, everybody who's in the military, all my family and friends who, been there for me. Josie, she's a big reason why I'm even alive today, probably. I don't know how much I need to thank her. Of course, there's my brother and my mom and dad and my family, everyone. Jason, Michael, Carol, Taylor Swift, all them. Them people have changed my life, and it's amazing. So I just want to try to give back a little bit. So I just think everybody needs to take a few minutes and remember why you are where you are, and thank all the great people that have made it possible for you to be where you're at. I'm going to finish up by doing the Star Spangled Banner. And I'm not just going to do the first verse. Okay? I'm going to do the whole thing the way it was supposed to be done. And this was composed by Francis Scott Key in defense of Fort McHenry in September of 1814. And Congress proclaimed it in the U.S. National Anthem in 1931. So, here goes the National Anthem, the whole entire thing. So bear with me, it's like 4 verses. Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Land of the free, and the home of the brave. The shore dimly seen through the mist of the deep, where the foe's hardy host in dread silence reposes. What is which the breeze o'er the towering steep, as if it fully flows, half conceals, half discloses. Now he catches the gleam of the morning's first beam, in full glory reflected now shines on the stream. See the star-spangled banner, oh, long may it wave, o'er the land of the free, the home of the brave. And where is the band who so abundantly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country, leave us no more? Their blood was washed out, their foul footsteps pollution. No refugee could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight, or the gloom of the grave. And the star-spangled banner in triumph doth wave, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Oh, thus be it ever when free men shall stand between their loved homes and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven rescued land praise the power that hath made the preserved us as a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just, and this be our motto, in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave, the land of the free and the home of the brave. Okay, that's like the full version. I think more people should have heard that. I bet most people have never even heard all that. But here's a little more history about the national anthem. It says in 1814, about a week after the city of Washington had been badly burned, British troops moved up to the primary port at Baltimore Harbor in Maryland. Francis Scott Key visited the British fleet in the harbor on September the 13th to secure the release of Dr. William Beans, who had been captured during the Washington raid. The two were detained on the ship so as not to warn the Americans while the Royal Navy attempted to bombard Fort McHenry. At dawn on the 14th, Key noted that the huge American flag, which now hangs in the Smithsonian American History Museum, was still waving and had not been removed in defeat. This sight inspired him to write a poem entitled Defense of Fort McHenry. Later the poem was set to music that had been previously composed for another song by a Mr. Smith. The end result was the inspiring song now considered the national anthem of the United States of America. It was accepted as such by public demand for the next century or so, but became even more accepted as the national anthem during the World Series of Baseball in 1917, when it was sung in honor of the brave armed forces fighting in the Great War. The World Series performance moved everyone in attendance, and after that it was repeated for every game. Finally, on March 3rd, 1931, the American Congress proclaimed it as the national anthem, 116 years after it was first written. So, it's a great song. So, again, happy 4th of July. Everyone be safe. If you drink, don't drive. Just, have fun and enjoy the day. Think of everyone who can't be with their family, friends, and loved ones.